Hi everyone, it's Lisa and it's Make It Monday. Today I'm going to show you a really cute, easy 3D project. Repurposing our Stampin' Up! Containers. These are the ones that your buttons and your brads come in. I saved these, believe it or not. The lids do pop on and off pretty nicely, and I saw an idea for this on someone else's blog or probably on Stampin' Connection. I decided to give it a whirl. So I'm going to take you through the video. It's going to be a little bit longer than normal because I want to show you step by step. Okay, the first thing is obviously you need the leftover container, and I love repurposing things. I used my 2.5-inch circle punch, and I punched out a piece of white cardstock twice. Once I put through the Snow Flurry embossing folder, and one I left blank. This one, we're going to put some snail all along the back side. And I want you to cover it generously around the edges. And this is going to cover up the label that's on the back. I have tried taking these labels off, and it is very time consuming and tedious. So I found that just covering them works well, because we're going to put something on the inside anyways. All right. Next thing, we're going to work on this plain circle. The very first thing I did is I took the Bashful Blue ink pad and a sponge, and I inked up around the edges just so that it wasn't so white. I'm going to eventually end up putting glitter on there, and that little bit of hue through the blue looks really nice. All right. The next thing that I did was I went ahead and I used my Pink Pirouette ink pad and a sponge dauber, and I created 2 areas for cheeks. Your black Stampin' Up! Marker. One side is thicker than the other, so you're going to use the thicker of the 2 sides. And what I want you to do is draw on a smile. And I came underneath here and just doing a little bit of a mouth. You can do this however you'd like. Then, glue dots. You're going to fold these back. You know, they're in between the layers of paper. And this is the 1/4-inch punch. I'm going to do 1 and 2. I'm going to peel those off, and they're going to go right here, just to give the ends of the mouth. Now, you could do this with your marker, but I just decided to do it with a punch. I try to use as much stamping product, make my life easier, a little bit more uniform than drawing them. Little snail adhesive on each of these, and this is the 3/8-inch circle punch, which is from the Itty Bitty Punch Pack. And I'm going to put his eyes here. Okay. Next is the white gel pen. I always like to get mine started before I use it. I'm going to go in and do his eyes. And I'm going to put a dot here and a dot here. See, it's already coming together. Last but not least, I took a piece of pumpkin pie cardstock and I just randomly cut out a carrot-looking nose. Took a sponge again and my pumpkin pie ink pad, and I sponged around here just to give it a little bit of shadowing. And then, I forgot my dimensionals, sorry. You're going to put 2 dimensionals on the back. I found that a full one and then a half of a one works really, really well. It fits good. Now, if you have an area where the dimensional is sticking out, you can use your scissors and just cut it away. Peel this off, and I'm going to angle his nose like this. Last but not least, coming back in with my marker, with my thinner side, I'm going to just do a little bit of an expression for his eyebrows. I didn't think about that too much, just stuck it on there. Turning this over, no, I went ahead of myself. I cut out 2 pieces of real red cardstock, and I put them through the houndstooth embossing folder. And I used the modern label punch. One of these you're going to cut in half. And you're going to put a little adhesive on the end of both of them. You know, when it's bumpy like this, you got to put a little bit more adhesive on there than normal. This is going to create the scarf. Okay, I flipped this over. I gave this a little haircut here so it's nice and straight. Okay, a little bit more snail, and you're going to concentrate more just to the center. And that's going to come up underneath here. Let's make sure I put his face on straight, huh? so now I have this. I used the Merry Minis stamp set, and I used a star from the image. There's several of them. You can pick the one you like. And I stamped it in gumball green, and I used the punch to punch it out. On the back of here, we're going to go in and use the other half of this dimensional. It would be nice if it stuck, huh? All right, we're going to take another one. Always works when no one's looking, right? Okay, I'm going to stick this on here. Gonna kind of hide my imperfections. All right. Next, this is going to get adhered to the lid. Again, you're going generously around the outside edges because we're not going to take off that original label that came on your container. Like so. I found the easiest way was to go around and press, press, press. Okay? Now, we're going to use the crocodile. Now, I know that this product is retired, but if you're like me, you probably hung on to it. Absolutely love my crocodile. I use the smaller of the two holes, and you're going to have to use it upside down so that you can see where you're going. I'm going to come down about halfway between the lip and squeeze, and I'm going to turn this, about halfway, and make another hole on the other side. Okay? Then I took 8 inches of silver wire. I think this is 26 gauge. And I love an orange stick for this. Ladies might know what this is. We use this on our nails. But leave about a 1-inch lead and then wrap this around here to coil it. Sliding this off. I'm going to put the raw end to the inside. I want to make sure that you guys can see this. So the raw end is here. I'm using needle nose pliers. You can wrap it around a toothpick. That works well. I'm going to show you in a few minutes. I've made so many of these just recently that I kind of mastered these little needle nose pliers. Makes my husband very proud. The other end I'm going to stretch, and it's going to come in the other hole that I've made. And the same thing. I'm just going to turn, turn, turn. And you have to wind this up so you don't want it to come back through the holes. I found that a couple mints work really, really well. I'll show you one that's finished in a few minutes. This is going to pop on like so. So, little earmuffs. Last but not least, I did buy these at a craft store. You're going to need to use your glue dots. And it works, believe it or not, this will stay. Take a glue dot, you're going to cover up that raw end here. Take another glue dot and cover up this raw end here. And there you have it. He's all finished. It was really, really easy. I don't know if you can get a shot of this over here, but I have been very, very busy making 30 some of these, and I have perfected this. The last thing, I'm not going to actually show you on camera, but I'm going to take out the original one so that you can see it. I added glitter around here. So with your two-way glue pen, I want you to go around the edge, and then I want you to sprinkle the Dazzling Diamonds glitter on it. And the best way to do this is over an old shoe box or an old shirt box, because then it'll be everywhere if you're making lots of them, and it just kind of contains it. Inside, I put some peppermints, and I laid them in there flat. 3 or 4 fit really well, and then your cover goes on, and it's all done. Nice and simple. These make an ornament or a great party favor, and I hope that you've enjoyed it, and you'll come back next week for Make It Monday.